What's up guys, this is Max and you're watching Is It OP? The show where I look at weapons, abilities, and mechanics in various multiplayer shooters and decide if they're imbalanced or overpowered. The game this time is Destiny, and the weapon in question is the Tlaloc. It's the Warlock exclusive exotic scout rifle. So let's just get this out of the way right off the bat. This is a very, very good weapon. It has the two things you want to look out for when selecting a PvP scout rifle. Well-rounded base stats and a large magazine size, with a total round count of 20. Stability makes or breaks scout rifles in PvP, and with the right perk selection on this gun, you can get the stability pretty high. What sets this gun over the top though, is its controversial final perk, Overflow. Overflow gives it better handling, rate of fire, and stability while your super is charged. So as long as you're not using your super, you gain all three of those benefits. This perk, along with its high stability and Eye of the Storm, make it a great dueling gun. On even ground, it can be very hard to lose a one-on-one gunfight with this gun while Overflow is active. So it already sounds pretty OP on paper, right? High magazine count, low stability, and with Overflow active, it has very high rate of fire. So what's wrong with it? Well, it might not seem like it on paper, but not using your supers in Destiny is a pretty big trade-off. And considering it's a Warlock weapon, which is a class that has some of the best supers in the game, it's an even bigger trade-off. Their new Stormtrance super has very high kill potential, and you can see yourself getting at least 4 kills almost every time you use it. And supers in general are just really important in objective-based game types for breaking enemy control of hills and confirming control of heavy weapon ammo. And the other big thing is using it without Overflow, you'll definitely struggle against well-armed opponents against weapons like Red Death, the Messenger, Bad Juju, and Hawkmoon. So I did a lot of extensive testing with this gun, and I came up with a list of recommendations for using it. First off, use Bad Juju for the start of the match, and switch to the Tlaloc when you have a full super meter. Try to stick to long sightlines. Even with Overflow, this gun can struggle against high-tier weapons at close range, but if you're far enough away, this gun will really melt people. Stick to the 3v3 or smaller playlists. In these modes, supers really only give you one round worth of benefits, so if you save your super bar in these modes, you can turn that into a multi-round benefit. So using the Tlaloc in these modes is really beneficial. For any team mode though, it is worth considering that since you're not going to be using supers, you aren't going to be generating as many orbs for your team, so keep that in mind. If you want to try Rift though, consider being the ball carrier, because while you're the ball carrier you can't use your super anyways, so this gives you a real advantage. And finally, I'd recommend trying Rumble. Obviously you'll see a lot of dueling in this mode, where you're fighting against one opponent at a time in a gunfight, and this gun really shines in those types of situations. So in closing, is it OP? Well, not quite. It really shines in specific scenarios, so it might need a little bit of tweaking balance-wise, but not much. Anyway, regardless of the balance, it's a really fun weapon to use and I recommend trying it out. You can play with some really unique playstyles with this weapon, but expect to have a lot of moments where you're really going to want to use your super. Anyways guys, that's it for this weapon. If you have a suggestion for a weapon or a shooter that you'd want me to try out, let me know in the comments below. Check out my channel, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.